Yordles, Minotaurs, and Augments. What will you be in the Riot MMO? Hello summoners and welcome. So just recently I made a video breaking down potential classes for the upcoming Riot MMO, and if you haven't seen it yet, I'll include a link in this video's description if you want to go check it out. And I got some feedback of viewers wanting me to talk about playable races we might get in the MMO. And that sounds like a super fun topic with a lot of potential, so let's get into it. To start off, Runeterra has a lot of races, probably more than you know about actually. So Riot has plenty of options when they build their character creator. Now what I'm going to do is break down all of these potential races based on how likely they are to be playable, but all of these will be in the realm of possibility. I'll also list which regions these races could come from, so you'll know if your Vastaya character can come from the Freljord, or your Minotaur from Shurima. But before we get to all those, I want to lead off with some races that will absolutely not be playable. So I want to start this list by saying that Darkin will under no circumstances be playable. They are literal gods, and playing as one would pose an impossible power balance challenge. So yeah, absolutely not. And this also goes for the Shuriman Ascended, which are pretty much the same thing as Darkin, as well as the Freljordian demigods and the Celestials, or aspects, or whatever Riot's decided to call them today. Then there are demons. Now, these would be more in the realm of possibility power-wise, except that it is explicitly stated in the lore that demons are all naturally malevolent and feed off of mortals by tormenting them, in cases such as Evelyn, Tom Kench, or Fiddlesticks. And even demons that form pacts with mortals like Realm or Ashlesh only did so to eventually turn the pact in their favor. So these are absolutely not justifiable as a player race. And the last note I have are spirits, specifically the Kanmei of Ionia. While these don't have the clear morality or power barriers as the former examples, their nature is simply not of the mortal world, so they wouldn't be regularly crossing the veil, which means this one is also out. But barring literal gods, spirits, and demons, everything else in Runeterra is within possibility. So let's take a look at those real options. Humans. Let's start with the obvious. Humans are one of the most widespread races in Runeterra, found in nearly every region, so they would be a simple starting race applicable to any region, besides two exceptions, those being Bandle City, the home realm of the Yordles, and the Shadow Isles. And the Shadow Isles aren't fully out of the question. If Riot wanted to establish some kind of a sentinel outpost on the Isles, then humans could conceivably start there as a sentinel recruit, possibly providing a unique starting story. Yordles. Now for the other widespread mainstay of Runeterra, Yordles. Though they originate from Bandle City, Yordles are found all across Runeterra, so like humans, they could start anywhere on the map. Piltover has Heimerdinger, Ionia has Kennen, Demacia has Poppy, even the Shadow Isles have Yordles like Vex. But again, like humans, there are two regions that suspiciously don't have Yordle champions. The first being Ishtal, which makes some sense after all. Ishtal is incredibly isolationist, so the Ishtali probably wouldn't appreciate magical creatures from another realm popping into their arcologies. The other region lacking a Yordle champion is actually quite odd, that region being Shurima. Strange as it is, Shurima actually has no Yordle champion. Unless you count that one short story where Rumble was randomly in Shurima. But this would still be a valid choice for Yordles to start in, because Legends of Runeterra does show us Shuriman Yordles. And personally, I love these desert cat looking designs, and would love to see them in game. So, any region besides Ishtal, safe for Yordles. Vastaya. Oh boy, where do I even start? Vastaya are easily the most diverse race in Runeterra. with different Vastaya tribes varying wildly from each other, such as more humanoid tribes like Aries, and more animalistic ones like Rengars. So realistically, Riot could give us several different Vastayan subraces representing Vastaya of different tribes, such as a race for Xayah and Rakan's tribe, one for Rengar's tribe, one for Wukong's tribe, one for Aurora's tribe, and so on. Ahri is a special case though, because she's the only one of her tribe that we know of, and her entire story revolves around her search for her missing tribe. But should she find them, possibly as a major MMO storyline, her tribe could be added as another race. And Vastaya are another race found all across Runeterra. Not quite as widespread as humans and Yordles though. Naturally, Vastaya originated from Ionia, so that would easily be a starting region for them. Vastaya have also been seen in Piltover, as with Lest in Arcane. Lore mentions some in Shurima, including Rengar's tribe. Aurora proves there are Vastaya in the Freljord, and Soraka leads a Vastayan tribe in Targon. So in summary, and please forgive my pronunciation of these, Xayah and Rakan's bird tribe, the Lotlon, and Wukong's monkey tribe, the Shimon, would both originate in Ionia. The Kilash, Rengar's lion tribe, would be from Shurima. Aurora's rabbit tribe, the Brini, would come from the Freljord, and Soraka's Ortani, which we'll call a goat tribe, are from Targon. And Vastaya could also conceivably show up in Piltover and Zaun as sort of wildcard regions. Nico's chameleon tribe, the Uvikat, seem to have all been wiped out, but as with Ahri's fox tribe, the Visani, Riot could reintroduce them and add both tribes as playable races in the future. And there we are. All potential Vastaya races, which is a whole list in of itself. Minotaurs. Hailing from the Great Barrier Mountains in Valoran and absorbed into the Noxian Empire, Minotaurs aren't talked about much outside of Alistar. But Legends of Runeterra once again expands on our understanding and shows us that Minotaurs are actually well ingrained into Noxian society, existing as military commanders, reckoners, and even as noble governors and Black Rose agents. They would easily be an option for players starting in Noxus, and Alistar's lore mentions that his kin once protected a passage to Zaun, so some may have potentially fled there, leaving our Minotaur region options Noxus, and with Zaun once again as a potential wildcard. Augments. Victor mains rejoice, the time has come to join the glorious evolution. Augments would be a racial option exclusive to Zaun and Piltover. Think of champions like Camille and Orianna, who are not robot constructs, but heavily modified humans. These are effectively a human subrace with added cybernetic flair, likely featuring more customization in terms of just how human and just how machine they are. I think this one is really cool personally, and it's something that doesn't come to many players' minds when they first think about races. And that concludes our list. Now, these are all the options I'm very confident in saying will likely be in the MMO. But if you'd like to see an expanded list with some of the wilder options, be sure to let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to tell me which race you'll be playing, along with which region they'd be from when the MMO launches. As for me, I'll probably be a Yordle from Shurima, just because I love those designs so much. But I could be persuaded into picking a Shimon Vastaya for Ionia. And be sure to click subscribe for more MMO content and League news. And if you want to see a part 2 to this video, I'd love to see your ideas for more races that could appear. I'll be reading those comments, so be sure to give me your suggestions. And until next time, I'll see you out on the Summoner's Rift.